All right, the focus of this lesson is triangle proportionality theorems part 2. Theorem 8.8 says that if three parallel lines intersect two transversals, then they divide the transversals proportionally. That is, the distance between UW over the distance from WY is proportional to Vx over XZ, as shown in the diagram. Let's take a look at how this applies. Example 1. In the diagram, angles 1, 2, and 3 are all congruent. That is, our corresponding angles are congruent. Thus, F, G, and H are parallel by our corresponding angles converse. GF is 120 degrees. GF is 120 yards. DE is 150 yards. And CD is 300 yards. Find HF between Main Street and South Main Street. So we would like to find this full distance here. The first thing we're going to do is find our shorter distance, GH. Now, according to our three parallel lines theorem, we know the following. We know that FG over GH is proportional to ED over DC. That is 120 degrees over GH is 150 over 300. By cross multiplication, we get 150 GH is equal to 36,000 dividing by 150, we get 36,000 divided by 150, or 240. We can see then that GH is 240 yards, and in order to get the full distance, FH, or HF, we will add FG and GH. That is, FG, once again, or GF, is 120, plus GH, which is 240, and we see that HF is 360 yards. Now it's your turn to try. Find the length of the given line segment BD using the numbers shown in the diagram. Pause the video, give it a try. All right, last theorem, theorem 8.9, the triangle angle bisector theorem. If a ray bisects an angle of a triangle, then it divides the opposite sides into segments who are proportional to the lengths of the other two sides. So this ray here, CD, it bisects the angle, but what it does is it cuts the side opposite the angle in such a way that AD over DB is proportional to CA over CB. Let's take a look. In the diagram, angle QPR is congruent to angle RPS. That means then that RP bisects the angle. According to our triangle angle bisector theorem, that means then that QR over RS is proportional to QP over SP or PS. Plugging in everything we know, we get QR, we don't know, RS is X, QP is 7, and SP is 13. Now, as of right now, we have two unknown variables, which is problematic mathematically. So what we're going to notice is that while we don't know QR, we do know the entire length is 15. If the entire length for QS is 15, we could use the fact that RS is X to write QR in terms of X. The whole thing is 15, the other piece is X, so QR must be 15 take away X. So we have 15 minus X over X is 7 over 13. Cross multiplying, this becomes 13 times 15 minus X is equal to 7X. We're going to do a little algebra here. We'll start with distributive property. 13 times 15, which is 195, minus 13 times X is 7X. Getting all the X's on one side of the equation, so we'll add 13X to both sides. We get 195 is equal to 20X. Dividing both sides by 20, and we get that 9.75 is our X. And that's it. Your turn to try. Find the value of the variable. Pause the video, give it a try. All right, grab a textbook, turn to page 450, 451, and complete 3 through 25 odd. This is homework number 8.4.